only one thing that I really hate more than Protestant heresy, that I hate more than modernism and unbelief. And that is Catholics faithful to tradition, traditional Catholics, SSPXers, and Sedevacantist specifically, who will not evangelize atheists, will not evangelize Protestants, and just want to stay in their own little bubble world. Outside the church, there is no salvation is a Catholic dogma. The reason I'm so up on that, the reason I am so hardline on that, is because I got non-Catholic family and friends who I love and care about very deeply. I do not yabber on about outside the Catholic Church there is no salvation, because I hate Protestants. In fact, the exact opposite is true. I love my Protestant family members. I love my non-Catholic, Muslim, atheist, Jewish, whatever lifestyles and saintdom I think that may be, they're living, whoever they're living, I love them. That is something that Jesus Christ commanded. It is something that I love. He died for us, even when we were his enemies. So how can I not love them? It is taught by Jesus Christ that he is the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh to the Father but through him. It has been dogmatically defined by the Catholic Church. Council of Florence, Bull of Union with the Cops. Paragraph 14. Papal Bull Autumn Sanctum, final sentence of that decree. And then so many church fathers, notably Saint Cyprian of Carthage in many of his writings, and Saint Ignatius of Antioch in his letter to the Smyrnians. Outside of the Big C Catholic Church, there is no salvation. The Protestants are delusional, and they will not be saved because of that delusion. Their ignorance, it will be no excuse, because they could have and should have known. And I'm sorry, the idea of Protestants being ignorant and just not understanding the Catholic faith and having invincible ignorance is just, as a convert, I find that completely absurd. If you are at least even basically literate and have access to a Bible, you should by rights be coming to the Catholic Church within a short time, because you know you should read the Bible, and it is a very Catholic book to anyone who is not blinding themselves willfully, to anyone who is not so obsessed with togetherness that they neglect the will of God. They willfully blind themselves. But what about you, Catholics faithful to a tradition are watching? You know they're going to hell. You know that they're in a burning building. What are you doing about it? And I went, well, it's their fault. Why do you think Jesus Christ told us outside the church there's no salvation? What do you think he taught us that? So we could sit in a nice, comfy, cozy pew and think about how wonderful we are? If someone is in a burning building, even if they went in there because they were stupid, and you say, oh, who cares, they burned to death, does the love of Jesus Christ abide in that person? Do they love their fellow man? Is that not a mortal sin to hate a person so much that even if they're your family and friends, oh, they're stupid, it's their own fault, let them burn alive in a building? Such a person would eat and drink judgment upon themselves, anyone, if they go to communion, and anyone who has a shred of sanity, a shred of decency, of natural morality, would be able to tell you that person is messed up in the head and has a dead or grievously sick soul. Yeah, there is someone I hate worse than heresy. There is a group of people who I despise even more than Protestants and modernists, who I think are even worse than Hans Kung, personally, in many ways. That is true Catholics faithful to true tradition who will not evangelize, because they 100% know better. By the very fact that they profess themselves to know the true faith, they know better. You Tradcasts know better. Do something. Get off your behind. You're not called to be street preacher. Invite someone to mass. You yabber on online as it is. I've seen you. Tell someone about the SSPX. Well, I don't want many Catholics. Even better. Tell the Protestants. Tell someone. And to the Trads that won't evangelize, and I know a lot of you, because you will use any excuse to not evangelize. I hope you enjoy the company of those Protestants who won't evangelize. You will have to spend time with them one way or another. You either have to spend time with them by evangelizing them, or you have to spend eternity in hell, because we're not saved by faith alone. Being Catholic faithful to tradition while being Orthodox is not enough. Even if you go to the sacraments, it is not enough. Even St. John Maraviani said, going to communion every day is not enough. That is great. Going to confession is great. And you should do it. It is an amazing amount of grace. But not caring if people are going to burn in a lake of fire, and they're your neighbors, they're your family members, they're your friends, and you don't care, you're sick in the head. And I don't know what else to say to you. Because I don't think anything will touch you, and I think you're further away from God than even these Protestant heretics are in many ways. Protestants, if you're watching this, convert to Catholic tradition. I'm hoping to make some videos on why you should convert theologically. Hope you listen. Please do not blind yourselves with, oh, denomination doesn't matter nonsense. You're essentially saying that theology doesn't matter. And I've seen it myself. And Catholics faithful to tradition, evangelize. Do what you can. Do it in your local area. Do it online. Do something. Maybe you can't evangelize. Maybe you can just pray. Then pray. Do heroic acts of penance. The era of the lukewarm Catholic is over. Evangelize. Again, I sign off. I encourage everyone who is not attending SSPX Chapel, please visit one. And if you're SSPX and you're already going, unless every single one of your neighbors, next door neighbors, is non-Catholic, unless every one of your next door neighbors is a Catholic faithful tradition, invite them. Invite your next door neighbor to Mass. Invite them. God bless.